Okay, y'all, you know one of the best parts of a meal, especially a Thanksgiving meal, is bread. I have to have a good bread because before the day's over, I'm gonna make me a turkey sandwich with extra mayonnaise on it. It is so good. In fact, I gobble down my Thanksgiving meal so I can get to me a sandwich later on. That's how much I like them. So I'm gonna share with y'all an easy yeast roll recipe. Now this is in my this is in my second cookbook, The Lady and Sons 2. But if you have Kitchen Classics, it will also be in that book. So Kitchen Classics or The Lady and Sons 2. All right, now I'm just gonna open my yeast and I'm gonna let that dissolve in 2/3 of a cup. Excuse me, in 2/3 of a cup. No, 3/4 of a cup, sorry. No, what is it? Let me make sure I get this right.
3/4 of a cup?
3/4 of a cup. And that's exactly what I have. All right, so I'm just gonna dissolve that. And I've already measured out my biscuit mix, y'all. Come on, start dissolving, baby. I've got 2.5 cups of, I'm using my biscuit mix because I think it's just incredible. But if you don't have this, just substitute it with another biscuit mix. Real simple to do. But you can also go to the store, right? The Paula Deen store, the Lady and Sons store, and you can find it in all of our gift shops. But it is truly, it makes the best biscuit. And don't use anything but buttermilk. And that buttermilk gives it that little bite to that biscuit that we all love so much. All right, so back to yeast rolls. So I've got a little bit of sugar. Let's see how much I have. I have 1 teaspoon of sugar.
Is it tablespoon?
No, I think it says a teaspoon, but don't judge by my eyes, y'all. Yeah, it's 1 teaspoon of sugar. All right, I've got a 1/2 teaspoon. So let me get the, okay, so we got our salt, we got our sugar, and now we're just gonna stir this up. And the reason I love this recipe, y'all, is because you can do like just one step and you are ready to roll your dough up, and then we're gonna put it in a warm place and we're gonna let it rise. So let's see if our yeast is dissolved. I think it's dissolved pretty good. And when you pour your yeast water in, you wanna just mix as fast as you can. So here we go. Stir, stir, stir. Stir, stir, stir. Oh, do y'all love yeast bread? You know, it brings me back to school. Did y'all's school cafeterias serve you yeast bread up north, Eddie?
No, I don't.
Oh,
I don't
honey,
recall.
you'd have known it.
We didn't have it either.
No. We had homemade yeast rolls from the 1st through the 12th grade. And you talking about ever more something good.
Really?
Yes. Okay, so I got this mixed up pretty good, don't I? All right, now I've decided for my yeast rolls, I'm gonna cook them in a muffin tin. So, you wanna lightly spray your muffin tin. There we go. And you can make these into any shape that you want. I'm gonna set that right there because we've got to pull this out on the cutting board, and we've got to knead it like 15 or 20 times. So see, I mean, we don't have to wait an hour or 2 hours. We're gonna get it all done just this quick. And who doesn't want good, quick, easy yeast rolls? I do, I do. Okay, you think we've done it 15 or 20 times?
I would say yes.
I would say yes too. You know, there's some rolls that you would kind of do like this and make 2 layers and put the butter in there. We'll have to do that one day, y'all.
That's croissants, isn't it? Like a croissant type?
Yeah,
pastry?
croissant has so much butter in it. Okay. So I didn't count, but I think I did that 15 or 20 times. So this is supposed to make how many?
It says
15 rolls.
Those are kind of big muffin, so.
Yeah. So I'm gonna drop that in. So we'll see. I may actually get more than more than 15. Just depends on how big you do them. Pretty, pretty, pretty. This is some pretty dough. All right, now I think he's a little bit fatty one. So we're gonna cover these when we get done. We're gonna cover them with a damp rag, and we're gonna let them ride. Oh, I got him way too big. That's gonna be my roll. But I'm gonna cut him down. Okay. Then we're gonna cover it with a damp rag, and we're gonna let them sit and rise for 1 hour. And like I said, in a warm place. So I'm probably gonna stick mine on the stove because I have things in the oven, so it's producing heat for me. That one's a little big too. I couldn't remember how many it made, y'all. So really depends on your pincher. You know, how much you're pinching off. These are gonna be delicious. And then we're gonna butter these, y'all. Oops, get back up here, Ro. We're gonna butter these as soon as we take them out of the oven. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so when I wrote this recipe, I must have made a lot bigger rolls because we're gonna get more than 15. We've only got 3, 6, 9, 12. No, it's gonna work out about right. We're gonna need another muffin tin. I wonder, you know, most of my stuff is in storage. So I don't know if we bought an 8 count muffin tin or not.
I don't think we did.
I don't think we did either, Teresa.
Because I think Eddie and I packed it all up and we know what we brought.
No, you know what though? I will just make these on a little pan, the rest of them, and stick in there.
Perfect.
Whoa!
I'd make just one big one.
Or just one big one? Okay. You want one big one? Okay.
It'll be like what you get from
like a little
what is Ryan's? Remember, like a Ryan's?
Oh my gosh, yes. But look what I'm gonna do with this one.
Oh.
cheat a little.
Now we're all going to be fighting over that one roll.
This one hot roll. Look at that. I'm gonna just fold him over like that.
Now, do you need a wet rag?
No. Oh yes, I do have to have a damp rag. So look.
Some right in there, Teresa.
Yes, right down here or in there or somewhere. Okay, so that puppy's gonna rise and shine. And I'm just gonna put him, I think, on a little paper plate. He didn't want to leave me.
No, I wouldn't either if I put all that butter on there. I mean, come on. It's smart.
Bon appetit, y'all. All right, now I'm gonna need a little damp rag for our fat boy.
You think Fat Boy can have a tissue, or does he need his own rag?
I don't know. Let's just try tissue.
Let's see. Well, this will be our experiment.
Yes.
I'll double it. How about that?
Okay, y'all, it's actually been about an hour and a half. Look at this big boy that I made for Eddie and me and Teresa. I'm gonna just bake that off in there. So these have been rising about an hour and a half and they look beautiful. Oh, this pan's not hot. So in the oven this goes. We're gonna bake these in a 400-degree oven for about 12 to 15 minutes. So I'm gonna set it for 12 minutes. And then I'm gonna check them, and if they're done, we're gonna take them out then and taste. So 12 minutes is a magical number for Bobby's oven. Look at the jumbo Eddie.
If you could just pipe that smell
Yes.
through the airwaves,
Yes, yes, yes.
I think it could solve all kinds of problems.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Look at those beautiful little small yeast rolls. Now I tell y'all to brush it with butter. But as it turns out, I don't have a brush here, neither does Bobby. So I'm just gonna spoon it on top of every one of those muffins. Or yeast rolls. It's just in the shape of a muffin. I thought that they might just rise much, much better if I could put them in a confined spot, which is what the muffin pans do. Oh, Eddie, are you swallowing hard yet? I'm swallowing hard. Okay. So, should we cut the big boy? Let's do that. Let's cut the big boy and you and I half it. How does that sound?
Mm-hmm.
All right, there's your half. Ouch. Don't touch. Ouch.
Don't touch the pan.
Don't touch the pan. Okay. And remember how I stuck butter. Look at the steam coming up.
Yeah, that one made a split biscuit.
This would have made such a good split biscuit. It's so hot, Eddie, I can't. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to even share a sample with everybody.
Well, let's just sit here and smell it for a while.
Okay. There's nothing like yeast rolls. Baking in the oven. That yeast smell. so delicious. My biscuit mix makes a great starter for whatever kind of bread you want to make. Whether you want to make, if you got more time and want to make yeast rolls, do it. Now I'm gonna see what I've got in the way of jellies and jams. Okay, look what I found, Eddie. I found blackberry preserves. Eddie got the top off after I loosened it for him. Right, Eddie?
You did.
Because he just took it off with no problem. All right, so this is blackberry preserves. And, oh my goodness, we love blackberry preserves down here. And they'll just grow wild. You can stop in a field and most likely find some blackberries growing. You just have to be careful because snakes hang around blackberry bushes. Not because they want a blackberry, but because they want the little birds that feed off the blackberries. So, if you're around blackberry bushes, be very careful. Eddie, can I go ahead and, they're starting to cool down. So I'm gonna put you a little blackberry preserves on your biscuit, your yeast roll, so we can eat it at the same time.
It's almost like a jelly donut.
It's almost like what?
Having a hot jelly donut.
I just needed a little bit more butter. Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.